Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Guiding Light's holiday celebration as we deck the Zoom right here in the locker room. You know, I think everybody who's watching this knows what a long and storied history Guiding Light has, but I'm willing to wager there are some things that you don't know, and one of them may be in the 1930s, 1940s, and part of 1950s, when listeners and or viewers tuned into the Guiding Light every day, the first words they heard were Reverend Rutledge's simple philosophy, spoken by the announcer of the day, which tonight happens to be me. And I am honored to carry on that tradition one more time. So here are the words spoken once upon a time before every episode of The Guiding Light. My friends, there is a destiny that makes us all brothers. None goes his way alone. All that we send into the lives of others comes back into our own.
Robert, I want people to hear you. We're having some audio. There's something with your audio. Would you sign back in? It's something on your end. I'll do my introduction and then we'll try to have you do that again. Sorry, everybody. We're live on the internet, so perfect. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Alan Locher. Thank you for joining us for this very special Deck the Zoom. First of all, I need to thank Jerry verDorn and Robert Newman for starting us off. Hopefully we can have Robert's audio working. Tonight we have an incredible lineup of Springfield residents who are stopping by to say hello, to share their holiday traditions, and share their Guiding Light holiday memories with all of us. The cast and I are also here tonight to help Americans who are turning to food banks for much needed support during these uncertain times. Together, we can all help families impacted by COVID-19 in our community by supporting our partner, Feeding America. You can donate right here on YouTube or go to www.feedingamerica.com/coronavirus. According to Feeding America, with millions of Americans unemployed and a second relief check uncertain, the nonprofit estimates that 50 million people may experience food insecurities this year. That includes 17 million children. Any amount you can donate helps. Let's try again for Mr. Newman. I am sorry we had trouble there. Let's see if he's back on. He is not. So I am going to bring out a friend, Jill Laurie Hurst, our Guiding Light writer, who, if it wasn't for her idea to do this evening, this would be happening. So please welcome Jill Laurie Hurst. Hello, my friend.
Hello, honey. Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I am well. You?
I'm doing good. So
good.
Let's start. Where did the idea stem from?
From you, actually, in a very circular way. It was the night I was watching the As the World Turns script reading, when they all gathered together to raise some money for Trent Dawson's theater, I think it was. And the whole event was so joyful. The audience was so happy. I was having I'm a fan of World Turns too. And the actors were having so much fun. I said, I want us to have some fun like that. So Christmas seemed like a natural. And then when you said, let's raise money for Feeding America, that is such a classic Guiding Light thing, because, well, one of my first favorite things when I was sitting at the front desk was learning about the directors who every year would come up with a number. They would pick a number of charities that they felt strongly about. They would put them out to all of us. We could donate as much or little as we could afford. They would donate the money, print up holiday cards, and send them out in in honor of you, whatever, a donation has been made to whatever. And
in your name, yeah,
in your name. And the first year I got to donate, and my name was on the card with Jerry and Betty Ray. But it was such a wonderful thing. Bruce Berry, Joanne Sedgwick, Brian Murtis, the directors were so great and so generous always. And that just made me, that's what Guiding Light has always been to me. So here we are.
And here we are. When you think of Guiding Light and the holidays, what else springs to mind about the show?
Oh, well.
No tears.
No. We'll save those. Well, putting together a holiday show is always a great thing. That was, I love doing that from the writing team standpoint, assigning a script and watching it and, working with the directors. Those were always really fun. We had so many great episodes. I just watched Liz and Jerry's second wedding, which was our 2003 Christmas episode today. And those episodes always had so much love and beauty. And then there's always a little sadness where someone was having a rough time, Roger or Holly or Olivia. Mm-hmm. And that's how like in real life, everybody's holiday is not always happy, jolly. And so we tried to cover all of that. And, as a fan, I just remember watching the shows at the holiday, which I always found
they always put a smile on our face. Yeah. And speaking of a smile, Robert Newman is back. Let's try and get Mr. Newman here. And Jilly, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have fun.
Well, now I'm scared, so I'm.
No, it sounds great. I can.
How are we doing now?
Much better.
Okay, we'll give it another shot. All right, folks. Hopefully this one's going to work better for everybody. We'll see. Merry Christmas. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant king, to own him. The King of Kings salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. Raise, raise the song on high. The virgin sings a lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds watch and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you're celebrating during this season. Happy, happy, happy. God bless you all. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Alan.
Beautiful. Thank you, my friend.
All right, we'll see you later on, yeah?
Yes, promise.
All right, my friend.
All right. So when we talk about Guiding Light, a show about family, about love, friendship, and above all else, the Bowers. Please welcome Rachel Miner, Michael O'Leary, and Peter Simon. Peter.
Hi.
Rachel.
How are you?
Michael, how are you?
Good to be here. Good to see Peter. I see you all the time. I haven't seen Rachel in 25 years.
I know. Look, she's all grown up.
I know. You were 9 years old when you left us. What happened? Where'd you go?
Can you hear us, Rachel?
Went to the Public Theater, where she worked there. Then I saw her on Broadway.
Peter.
Remember, Rachel?
She could speak for herself. Don't be rude.
No, she can't. You learned that long time.
Rachel's muted.
Rachel.
That's so special. Thank you for letting me know, because that would have been very silly. No, it was so special when you came to see me and Frank.
And Frank, that was wonderful. We got to go backstage. It was so cool.
No, it's an amazing thing having grown up on the show, because you really are still family to me. Like that's how it was such a special time. I can't tell you how much love I have for all of you, and it's really lovely seeing you. And Ellen, thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you for being here. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's great to see everybody, but it's a great cause. I mean, too many people are going hungry this holiday.
That's what I was going to say. 17 million children, 50 million people. So it's, and the work that I do, this is actually what I ended up doing with my life. Is now I run a charity. So these numbers are what I live with. So it means a lot to me.
Well, tell us about your charity again. Tell us about it.
It's called Random X. So that's randomx.org. And basically, it's a really awesome, cool mandate where I get to fund anything that promotes kindness in the world.
Oh, so, love that.
Yeah. Kind of what we're doing.
That's right.
When you think of Guiding Light, Michael and Peter and the holidays, anything spring to mind?
I hate to, the shirt that Peter's wearing, I swear to you, he wore it on the show. I swear to you. I love Christmas. I love, I could see Sharita sitting in her chair. Saint Nick. I love that whole Saint Nick stuff. That mythical character that was there every year for years. And I love the gathering, I was just proud to be part of that Bauer clan, and to be, I love Peter like he was my own father, and he took me under his wing, as did Sharita, as did everyone else. And so I just felt very blessed.
That's awesome. Peter, for you?
Right. Mikey and Rachel, I was trying to think, did we have where was the Bauer Christmas tree? Was that in the kitchen?
No,
Was
it was actually, when you walk down the steps, it was to the right. They put it right to the right because I remember Abigail, it's funny, I was standing over the mistletoe, and of course Abigail was, a virgin, and there was a deaf Amish virgin.
You put that in, Mikey. That's important.
I'm telling a story, Peter. You're always interrupting me.
All right.
And I remember I said, the mistletoe, Abby, there's a mistletoe. Can I kiss you? And she says, no, Rick, I'm a virgin, remember? And then I remember seeing the tree.
Rachel, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you remember, did we have...
I don't know, because I spent so much time in that kitchen. That's where I kind of remember it, because that's where I feel like we shot the majority of the scenes that I did.
Could have been like the dining room, kitchen area.
But I don't know that I much more trust Michael's adult memory. Mostly I was trying to learn from you all.
Yeah.
You can say adult. It's adult memory, right?
No, well, you were an adult. I was a child. Everything was big and new and overwhelming, and really, I was in awe of you all. So, I don't. As I said, it's very funny. I still have dreams in those stairways of the building or entering set. It was always entering set. I still dream about that. It's that kind of that unknown feeling. But there are other things that I don't feel as familiar with.
Right.
It's interesting because around Christmas, they would sometimes slow down or even stop the storylines that were carrying the show at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember sort of going out on the floor a lot of times and just in the quiet looking around all the different sets and seeing all the different trees and stuff and seeing Walker and Bruce and the directors. And you do get a certain sense of wonderful family that is, you get more when sort of the grinding out of the story slows down a little bit and it doesn't last for long.
Peter, to Peter's point, we would always dive into relationships a week before Christmas, and it would be really, that those scenes across the kitchen table, so to speak.
Yeah.
You get a chance to really know who these people are in this wonderful family. That was my favorite time of year on the show.
And that changed too, because in the old days, they used to stop much more than they did. I mean, you could tell as the years passed that they kept driving the story more and more through Christmas, which is, fine. But and then of course we were shooting Christmas, practically in July.
Yes, that's for sure. Well, speaking of family, we have some more to bring out. There's another Bauer in the house tonight, and the youngest child of B. Reardon. Please welcome back home to Guiding Light, Kassie DePaiva and Jamie Goodwin.
Hey.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Wow.
How's everybody doing?
Oh my gosh.
I have chills.
Alan, I was watching some of your other YouTube things today, and I saw Courtney and Peter and Kate in one of them. And Peter, you haven't changed a bit. I think it's been over 20 years since I've seen you, but you look exactly the same.
Well, Mikey has been accusing me for years of wearing wigs and dyeing my hair.
Right. And you're not?
Kassie's speechless.
My heart is like thumping. Jamie, it's wonderful to see you. You look terrific.
Well, you too. I mean, where are you now?
I'm up in the Catskills, out in this little cottage where Jimmy does all this music stuff, and it's where we have our computer. And just like you, Peter, if something goes wrong, I have to call my husband to do this because it's all too complicated for me.
Oh, well, Alan was texting me to say, where are you? And I said, I
was texting him to get him backstage here. But what do you two remember about working with the Bauers and Guiding Light at that time?
Gosh.
Go ahead.
I kind of entered into Springfield, on a mission where I got injured and I ended up in the hospital. And, I was just surrounded by everybody, Peter and Michael and Ellen Parker and gosh, who was there then? Susie Pratt and all of that. Yeah, I mean, working with Simon and Ellen and Michael and Kassie, and it was just always a pleasure. It was always, a professional scenario and just a lot of fun, especially when Michael would pull out his wit and everything. It was great. No, it was a great time.
Great jokes. You had such great stories about your childhood that would just make me fall off my feet.
Yeah. And then of course, my favorite thing was to imitate the cast members.
Yeah. Really? Now, can you do India for us?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember?
All I could do is the way
Mikey, you have to do India because everybody's been asking for Mary Kay.
Okay, this is what she would do. Like she goes, Phillip, you want me? You want me?
Yep, that's exactly as I remember it.
My best one is Jordan Clark.
You can do Jordan.
Hey, Josh, I gotta tell you, there's a Reva came and told me the other day. Hey, what are you gonna do here, Josh? And Josh gonna do Reva, and Reva goes, "Whoa, the son of Springfield." And I said, "What are you doing over there, Josh?"
See how the show deteriorated after you left.
Yeah.
So funny. Do you have any holiday memories of being there? I know it's a long time for Kassie and Jamie. Kassie and Jamie.
I remember like singing Christmas songs under the tree out in the park, or always maybe missing somebody at Christmas. Christmas always seemed to be sad for old Chelsea. Phillip was dumping her, Johnny was leaving her for Roxy or something. So.
Yeah, I'm still in Switzerland. No, and when Michael brought up that Santa that would come around, I had forgotten completely about that. And
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. I think he came to that television set.
Weren't you a Santa? Didn't you do Santa Claus?
Did I?
No, O'Leary.
Yeah, I did do Santa once or twice. Yeah, I did do Santa. There was something very mythical and just magical, and what Pam wrote in those days back in those. I started in '83, and it was just sort of very you knew each family. There was the Bowers, there was the Reardons, there was the Spaldings, and Reva the Shanes, and those delineations of those families was so clear, and that's what I think that's what Guiding Light's all about at the end of the day. It's really about families, and that's why we're all here today, because to this day we still stay in touch with each other. I mean, the guys, we haven't done it lately, but once every 4 or 5 months we go in the city and we have dinner together.
Oh, that's nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think it is about the Bowers sort of, that really just resonates with fans? I mean, I really, in putting this together, it was really perfect that you all, it makes me very thankful that you all said yes. But it really, the Bowers go back so far within the show too, that, I couldn't think of a better way to really kick it off.
My father directed the show when it was live.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's one of the things that I think people mistake a lot of time what spoke to them about the show and about soap operas in general. That I think there was like a feeling that maybe it was the salacious and like all the sexual stuff and who's sleeping with who and all that. But I think that a lot of it, we were in people's homes all the time. And I think a lot of what deeply resonated with people was actually that feeling of family. Because I know I still run into people from later in my career who grew up with, or watched me grow up, and I grew up with them. And it's that feeling of connection and family that really stuck with them. I don't know if you all find that, but
yeah.
I joined the cast right as the Guiding Light was celebrating its 50th anniversary, and we had that beautiful gala in
Lincoln Center.
Mm-hmm. Fabulous. But Lincoln I remember that at the broadcast they put together a 30-minute or an hour-long movie about the history of guiding light. And I was just so honored to be a part of something that had lasted so long. And then look here, I mean, we're 30 years later, and we're still talking about it. So it is.
What year was that? Do you remember?
Yes, I started the
86.
86.
I think
Around
80
Thanksgiving.
87 would have been the 50th from it starting on radio.
Right.
Yeah, because it started January 25th, 1937. So it would have been 87.
And I
when I go that when they were just announcing they were announcing that Zaslow was coming back to the show at that.
I think it was soon after that. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that.
That's when they introduced
party. That was
Kassie and John Bolger was on as Phillip then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Right.
Left for the while.
But my mom used to listen to it on radio.
She did. Oh wow.
Yeah. There's my dog. UPS is coming. Must be.
So what? Before I let you go, and before we bring Jerry and Liz on, what are some of your holiday traditions, just with your families?
In life in general?
In life in general, not in the fake world.
Fake on TV?
No.
Oh, it's hard this year because I mean we're just sort of being forced to cancel Christmas with everyone else with all the kids and stuff. I can't think about it, you know.
Yeah, it's tough. I would go back to Minnesota every year and spend it with my family, and I can't do that anymore. And then it's what we all face. I have a grandmother. My mom is 85, and I just, I can't go on a plane. You can't drive, and so there's a disconnect going on right now that I'm sure.
I just feel like hold on for this one Christmas, this 1 year, and it's got to get better.
Yeah. I mean, my mom turned 97 last Monday, and so it's just like I haven't seen her in a year.
Wow.
Been able to visit, so it's just like it's a crazy time. It really.
What date, Jamie?
15th.
Oh, okay. Because my mother was the 14th, so I was.
I guess no. Okay, Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday, but that's fine. Well,
I was going to say I wanted to say something, which is I do think this season is always about charity. So I love that we're doing this, and I know, like at the charity that I work with, Random Acts, we do Random Acts of Kindness for the holidays. So it's a really exciting thing, and then we give the whole staff funding to fund their own acts. So shelters and everything all over the world are being funded, and it's just the most amazing time to watch that. And I think I recommend that to anyone, especially this year, to throw yourself into how you can be a part of helping and connecting to others, because that's a really good way to get around our own loss and sadness and missing our families and things.
That's so nice, Rachel. That really is. Yeah. And while I have you, I'm sorry about your dad.
Thank you. But it's especially nice to reconnect with you, because you really did fill that role for me for so long.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Well, let's bring out some other friends. The man who started this evening off, Mr. Jerry verDorn, and his partner in crime, Miss Liz Keifer. There's Mr. verDorn.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Lizzie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. How much snow did you guys get?
Oh. We got about not as bad as upstate, not as bad as Binghamton. Wow. Yeah. That was where my father-in-law lived. And wow, that's what, 48 inches or something crazy. Yeah. Wow. We got about a foot.
Hello, dear. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. You guys got married December 24th.
Hi. Happy anniversary, honey.
2003.
Wow.
Happy anniversary, Lizzie.
Wow. December 24th. What do you remember about that wedding?
Well,
it was a holiday wedding. There were a lot of Santa Clauses.
Yeah. It was better than the first one, because the first one I was sick as a dog. So yeah. I thought it was beautiful. I thought that was very, remember that dress. remember that dress, that shiny weighted dress I wore. I felt like I had to like shuffle. I couldn't actually walk. That was a lovely wedding. Did we have a lot of Santa Clauses at that wedding?
You did. Yes, we did. And you were, my dear, a dead ringer for Bernadette Peters.
Oh, was I?
With the hair that you did.
Linda did the hair.
Linda did the hair.
I had Linda hair. I mean, it was, yeah. I had a lot of curls.
I just want to say hi, Liz. I don't know if you remember, but all those years ago, you took me under your wing and you gave me a special bracelet that you said another actress had given to you, and it meant so much to me. And I just want to send love.
I can never forget that, Rachel. I'm so happy to see your face.
So nice to see you.
Express. So yeah,
I think it's nice for everyone to know that there was that much, that we were all that close.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
You know, Liz, I remember the Rachel and yourself. They were at Dr. Ed's house with the whirlpool on the outside, and it was during Ross's dream, and you had matching bikinis, as I remember.
Yes. And they did a terrible, I remember for some reason they forgot to put any like wiring under mine. So originally they were just like little flaps. And I know I didn't have anything there really, but like they had to tape, it was really not comfortable.
Because they were like daisies or something. Flowers on the, they were like little baby bikinis. Oh my God.
I do remember that so much.
I remember that.
Great. That's a great memory. I think we were all sparkly or so. I don't know.
Jamie and Kassie, sorry. Do you have a favorite memory from your time at Guiding Light?
Do I have a favorite memory?
Yeah.
Ugh. You know, there's a little blurb about Johnny Bauer and his life on Guiding Light that I found the other day, and I couldn't remember any of it. So, favorite times, the Bauer barbecue was always a great time because everybody got together and the long, long days. I can't remember the number of weddings that we attended that we lasted well into the night. I mean, those days were hard and trying, but they were the best because you just got to hang out with everybody and see everybody. And but Jerry verDorn was one of the meanest SOBs you'd ever want to meet. No, Jerry was great. Jerry and Peter always made it great to be on the set. Always loved working with them. But times that Kassie and I sang on the show, those were I just saw Always we sang together. Remember? So different things like that. I mean, there's just so many. It's hard to pick out one in particular. Maybe when I had the goiter on my neck, and Joe Cola did a great job with the tumor that I had on my neck.
Joe Cola.
Yeah, Michael O'Leary always made fun of my goiter.
Yeah, you're the only person I didn't kill on the show. Do you realize that? It was.
That is so funny.
It was. Then tell the story. What happened did it just miraculously disappear? What happened?
It did, because I went to commit suicide in the airplane, and as I was diving to the earth to meet my death, there was another plane that crossed in my path, and I had to pull up and out and change my mind and landed. And I said, "What happened to the people that were in the plane?" And they said there was no plane. Well, then I was in bed on my death, lying near death, and everybody came and sang a hymn at the window. And I think I got up and walked, and the tumor was gone.
I'm a miracle worker.
Typical.
You are. Yeah, I think it's something with the water in Springfield. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
And Kassie, you any special memory?
My first episode was my character Chelsea, who did my fiance, was this race car driver, and we had this. We did a remote out with a helicopter and a crash, and Michael O'Leary's character was the young doctor, and I accused him of killing my fiance.
I was on that remote. I came to that remote in New Jersey.
Yes,
That was a Guiding Light spent money on that.
Oh my gosh, we didn't know that he was a diabetic and he died because of the morphine or whatever.
Right. I didn't see the chart. I didn't see his chart. I mean, no one's perfect.
So funny.
Kassie
and Jamie, I need to let you go because we have people trying to get into the studio. So I'm trying
Not
to
a
keep
problem.
That's good. God bless and have a beautiful.
Thank
so
you.
Merry
good to
Christmas.
see you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy holidays. Thank you. So good to see you
Good to
both.
see you all.
My heart is warmer. Thank you.
Jimmy, good to see you, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Liz and Jerry, when you think of Guiding Light at the holidays, what does that mean for you?
Go, Liz.
I love the Christmas crawls. I did that to me when we brought all the families together. So it was personal. Because I brought my kids there. I always remember you trying to hold one of my, it was mostly Bella. I think by the time Keifer came around, they were like, we stopped trying. All she did was cry. She just cried in your arms. But it was so joyful. I just loved it. I love that part of it. The crew, all their families showed up, and that was just spectacular.
Does anyone remember a really good show Christmas party?
It's funny you say, Peter. I don't remember a big.
I don't either. Isn't that weird?
A show party?
A show party that the show would throw for the cast. I remember going to Casper's when we were on 26th Street.
Oh, those Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Well,
they must have done it, right?
Well, were you talking about the show throwing a Christmas party for us? Is that what you're asking?
Right.
Oh yeah, sure they did.
I remember going to Chinese.
Oh,
What is it? What is the place with the red Chinese? What is it? The famous restaurant.
I don't know.
Chinese. That's a wide.
Yeah, I know.
You're throwing out there, Lizzie.
Mikey, do you remember a Christmas?
I remember at least 1 year that I went to a Christmas party. I think because at the beginning, I wasn't contract and stuff, that I wasn't part of that. And then also maybe I was too young. And then as I got older, I do remember at least one that I went to with my parents. And it was, very fancy, but I honestly don't remember where it was or anything. I just remember we were all dressed in fancy dresses and there was dancing and things like that. But
they had one at the Waldorf Astoria, to my recollection. Yeah.
And then didn't they combine them occasionally?
Yes.
Like we would combine with World Turns or something?
Well, when the budget starts to shrink, that was the first. It was. Do you remember? All of a sudden, it's like, well, you guys, as World Turns, we're having a Christmas party together. None of us thought that was a bad sign at the time. But the beginning of the end was always a Bauer barbecue because all of a sudden, there was like the barbecue was outside. There was, like 30 people in my jacuzzi. I did a look. We're having a good time. All of a sudden, no people in my jacuzzi. We're indoors, no barbecue, and it's raining outside.
You're making tofu dogs.
It's like, it's not a good sign.
Well, I remember one that before we lost the budget, it was in 1983, and I forget the name of the restaurant we were at, but it was a very respectable, and P&G spent a lot of money on it, and I was there, and Grand Aleksander was there, and my wife was very pregnant with my first child. And suddenly she started having feelings that she couldn't locate. And so I went over to Grant, and he had a limousine waiting for him outside. And I had to commandeer the limousine to take my wife home. And the next day we had my first son.
Wow.
Oh, what a memory.
Wow. That's incredible.
That's great.
That's a very long bill. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's so many memories tied to your families, events, big events like that. But guys, I gotta move the show along. Rachel, you'll be back. Jerry and Liz, you'll be back. Michael, you'll be back. Peter, thank you. Thank your lovely wife, Courtney, for getting you situated. Thank you for getting.
Please say thank you, or please thank you for coming, Peter. It meant so much, and please say hello and love to Courtney as well.
I absolutely will.
And Peter, quickly, I'm going to have your wife say hello, Miss Ellen Dolan.
Oh,
Miss Ellen Dolan, Maureen Bauer.
yay!
Hey, Ellen. Hey. Oh, it's so good to see you, Ellen. I love this jacket you're wearing too. It's.
I love all the red everybody's wearing.
The red. And, yeah.
Red. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Liz and Jerry. I will see you later. Mikey, I'll see you later. And Rachel, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Ellen. Can you hear us? Oh, Ellen, you're on mute. You need to unmute. And joining Miss Ellen Dolan is another Reardon, two Reardon. Very excited they're here today. Miss Harley Jane Kozak and Michael Wood, Annabelle Sims Reardon, and Jim Reardon, Michael Woods. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to get Peter's screen to disappear. It means the world that you guys all showed up to help us raise money for Feeding America. And I mean, when you think of Guiding Light, the Reardons are quite a family. I mean, personally, I grew up watching Guiding Light and then worked in the PR department there for many years. So what do you remember about Guiding Light? When you think of that part of your career, what comes to mind? Harley?
Well, I was only a Reardon by marriage.
Yes, Annabelle Sims Reardon.
As so many of us were. But when I first came, I remembered I was Annabelle. I was having psychotic episodes. And when I first joined the show, I was just this mystery woman. But every time I would show up, they would play the song, It Had to Be You, which has been covered by every singer known to mankind. So they would have a different cover every time I would show up. And Tony Reardon kept being intrigued by me. And then as time went on, you came to realize that my father was a serial killer who had murdered my mother, and I witnessed it, etc. So
yeah, I can't remember that whole thing, but I know there was a lot of black and white, right? There was a lot of old footage that they
yeah. And I was my own mother in flashbacks, and it culminated in me as my mother drowning in a lake, which was my first remote, and it was so cold. So my early memories of Guiding Light were being just freezing cold. And then later I had a haunted house, and that's when Michael showed up. And
and Michael, for you, when you think of Guiding Light?
Oh God! Actually, I was just thinking about. I had been on a show called Bare Essence with Jeannie Francis, and it had just gone off the air, and I was kind of in transition of what I was going to do. And I remember I was in New York, happened to walk by the cafe, and there was Harley. And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I'm doing Guiding Light." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." She said, "You want to talk to Gail Colby, who was our executive producer, who was also the executive producer of Texas, where Harley and I were brother and sister." So I ended up talking to Gail, and lo and behold, she said, "Why don't you come on and be a doctor on Guiding Light?" I said, "That sounds great. And then you could end up looking for the cure for the dreaming death." Pure death.
I was gonna bring that up.
So thanks to Harley, I got on Guiding Light, basically.
Wait a minute.
Catcher.
But did you find that
you were hired as a mouse catcher?
Yeah, exactly. And
but Michael
was my beautiful sister. Yes.
Carolyn Clark died the disease of the dreaming death.
I killed her.
Leslie died.
I didn't find her cure, and she died as a result of me. Yeah.
She did. Ellen, what does Guiding Light, what pops in your head when you think of that time?
Oh my God, it was so long ago. But what pops into my feeble little mind is just my first opportunity. It was the first. I was right out of college, and I, booked it right away, and it was just a room full of the same people every day doing these wonderful, wonderful things. And I knew all the characters because I had watched the show. But, I was from theater, so I had no idea how fast And at that point, it was really slow compared to what it went to at the end. We were like ripping out 7 scenes at a time. But just a wonderful group of people. All the P&G people really, really, I'm watching my tongue here, really nice people. I was going to say, people. I didn't expect to see, that kind of those kinds of people, because I was from Iowa where, nice is just nice. It's nice.
And then you and Michael got together at World Turns. You and Michael got to work together As the World Turns, right?
Oh, I know. My brother, my lover.
Same here.
Same here. I mean,
my brother, my lover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was kidding. Yeah.
So why did I just say, what's up with that, Michael?
I've been getting around, baby. What can I say?
Well, family.
It's all in the family. That's how
it's all in the family. Speaking of family, can B Reardon, Lee Lawson. What was she like?
Great. I ran into her one day. I was walking down Broadway. I was wasn't working Broadway. I was walking Broadway. I was around Grace Church, so downtown, around University and Broadway and all that. And all of a sudden, she was walking up, and it's like her face hasn't changed. It's like, Mama. And she, the one thing I remember about her is we had what are the prompters at that time, but they weren't worth much because they were like yellow paper with gray print. You couldn't see it anyway. But she would wear one contact lens so that she could read the prompter, and then her other eye could act with you. That's like working with a wall-eyed pike. But she did it. She had it mastered. And I don't remember ever really using the prompter. I just made up my own lines.
I never used it because I'm very nearsighted, and I never wore my glasses on camera, so it was hopeless.
Great glasses.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Ellen, can I just say, I haven't seen Ellen in I don't even know how long, and I'm so happy to see you, and I could just like schmooze with you for about.
I would love to do a show with you guys about Guiding another time. I'm so thankful you made the time to come say hello to the fans. Happy holidays to the three of you.
And
big hugs.
And to raise money.
Yes, people need help this holiday. Please keep donating. They need, food on their table.
Alan, thank you for doing these. They're so
yes.
You're so welcome. So good to see you all. Stay safe, and I'll be in touch.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye, Michael.
Okay, here we go. Michelle Bauer, a 4th-generation Bauer, and Bill Lewis, a 3rd-generation Lewis, grew up together on Guiding Light, and we have both of them here today. Little Bill Lewis and Michelle Bauer, Rachel Miner, and Bryan Buffinton. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Can you hear me?
How are you? I can. You really dressed up for the occasion. You rock.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a very, very long time.
Me too. I feel like I've seen you, but I haven't.
Yeah, we've been Facebook friends and stuff. So
yeah. Although I just found you on
good.
Instagram because I got rid of Facebook. I finally did it.
Nice. Good for you.
You finally.
But I love getting to see your family and things across the years.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great to see you.
You too.
I don't know if people realize, but like we really grew up together.
You certainly did.
And yeah.
Yeah, I every once in a while scroll through those old photos, and it's insane. My mom sent. I think Alan. I think I sent it to you. My mom sent me. I think it was 1990, some Christmas episode, and I don't remember any of that, but it was like watching old home movies.
Yeah. No, I went through today and was like looking for pictures in albums that had us when we were little to like I've got this gem.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Us and some little cutie. I don't know who that was. It's
That's
some
unreal.
looks like some Christmas.
It was Little Bill, Little Ben Reed, and Michelle Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Anyway.
trio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the trio. You guys would hang out together.
That's right.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
we were the youngins.
We were.
Not anymore.
I think I had told Rachel before I did the show with Rachel, Ellen Parker, and that crew. I watched the sweetest scene of the two of you in your tuxes and like your first kiss or what, something like that. It was just
well, if there was a tux, because I remember it, like it's crazy how vividly I remember those things. Because I don't know about you, but I was so nervous moving up to that because I hadn't had much of a social life because I was working. So it was between school, because we didn't have tutors, and between trying to go to school full time, keep up with homework and all that, and then do the show, I didn't have any free time to hang out and be a kid much. So those events were like really intense, and like, oh my gosh, we had like these little romantic scenes, and so I
remember.
And one of our fans, Gregory Burke, because I said Ben Reed.
Yeah,
Greg
Burke. Yeah.
Greg Burke. So I said his
we were
name.
pretty tight back then. Yeah, I remember being petrified, but I also knew that I had to go back to school and deal with the, we saw it, that there's all that going on.
I think you had more
how
of
old
that.
Were we?
Yeah.
14, 13? I don't know.
We were, I think, young.
You were young.
Yeah, it was across that.
Hey, Bryan,
years.
you have two kids, right?
Yeah, two. 5 and 7.
So what's the holidays like in your home?
It's actually pretty interesting because we're not Jewish, but they go to Jewish school. So they're all into the Hanukkah, thing, and we have a menorah and everything. And then they get excited for Christmas. So yeah, we're a modern family.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I believe tomorrow's last day of Hanukkah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I should know that. My kids know better than
I
I
should know that.
I grew up without any particular traditions, so I adopted all of them, and I grew up on the Upper West Side in Manhattan, and most of my friends were Jewish, so I celebrated Hanukkah with them. And I had the same, like I was always adopting traditions and like making my parents incorporate it, so we had everything. Trees and menorahs and whatever. It's like,
it's great to teach. Everybody should know, education is like the best thing for any child, and let them decide what's right for them, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
as I said, I think the spirit is the same for all of us, whether you're celebrating, which is just, I think it's a really wonderful time to reflect on the needs of others and caring and looking out for each other. And that kind of like, compassion for our fellow humans, like that to me is what this season is about.
It's interesting you say that. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll come back to you in a second because I'm going to bring Rachel's aunt, Michelle's aunt, Bridget Reardon, who moved in with Ed and Maureen when she came to town. Melissa Hayden.
Yay! Hi. Oh my
Happy
God.
What's up, Melissa?
Nothing. How are you, Buffy?
I'm good.
Happy holidays, Melissa.
My Santa PJ.
Thank you. Hi, Rach.
Hello, you.
Oh my gosh.
It's been so long. It's been a long time, but we stayed in touch like more intensely. I actually moved in with you for a while, and so like I don't know, you know this. Other people don't.
Really?
But really, did that happen? But yeah, no, we stay in touch for longer than most, but we still it's been quite a while. So
it has been a while, and then I can't remember if it was before or after, but Buffy came out for a pilot season, right? And he was living with me.
I lived with him
twice
for a month.
Wow.
In '99, and then I took I think it was my second semester freshman year off to go back out, and then I was out there for 5 or 6 months. So we were roommates for a while.
I had a commune going, people.
That's right.
You should have charged rent. Melissa, when you think of Guiding Light and Christmas, does anything pop to mind for you?
Yeah, you know, and actually Liz mentioned it. Every time we would do the episode that was going to air on Christmas Day, we would invite all the families to come, and everyone would get in there and with their families, and it was like this huge group thing. And Jerry would usually say, "Happy holidays from all of us," whatever, and then they'd pull back, right? And one year, I went into the booth and I was like, "Go get on camera, everybody!" And I got to direct it.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Cool.
I liked it. I didn't.
You like that control?
Huh?
And
you like the control?
Oh hell yeah!
and you were pregnant during Christmas, weren't you? When you were.
I was in an attic. Yeah.
In an attic, yes. Well, talk about Jean Carroll. She's going to be on a little later.
Oh, awesome! Oh my god, we had so much fun. That was such a nutty storyline, and we had a ball with it. Oh my god!
Good. That was some great stuff.
Lady she is. Yeah, we had
Love
a good.
it.
Dollface, it's good to see you.
Hello, I know. I just like excited about seeing everyone. So I know that's not as interesting of a show, but I'm like, I really want to genuinely.
The fans like seeing the interaction. It's great. It's great.
I think we were all so close, and I was saying, like, with Bryan, it's funny because we were that age where it was kind of like, yeah, but I'm supposed to you're boy and you're a girl, and we couldn't necessarily show closeness or whatever, but at the same time we grew up together. I don't know, that's my interpretation. It's nice to see each other as adults when you can be just genuinely be like, hey, it's great to see you.
Yeah, I mean, was supposed to join us, FYI. Morgan was supposed to join us. He says hello. He couldn't make it. He sends his love to everybody and wanted you all to know.
I keep hearing his daughter on the radio.
He doesn't like me. He's not here.
No.
Oh my god, you guys! Morgan England called me on my birthday and sang me happy birthday.
Nice.
That's
very
awesome.
lovely.
Very sweet.
He's so nicer in his old age, huh?
I guess something happened. I don't know. Buffy. So I went to visit Buffy down in Florida.
When? What was that? 3 years ago?
It was a long time ago. I don't know.
I don't know what day it is anymore.
I think Alan's trying to shush us off here.
No,
sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
I'm not. Are all of your houses decorated and you're all ready for the holidays?
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought a lot of plant babies because that's one of my solutions to quarantine is just to fill the house with lots of like life. And so I actually bought a live little tree. And it feels so much nicer. I have to say, I'm never going back to a cut down tree because it's so nice to have it not dying, but instead like a living thing. So yeah,
awesome.
That's made me very happy. And I literally have named all of my plant babies. And I look at my favorite thing is their new growth every morning, like checking them out and stuff. So yeah, that's me. It's that and books that have gotten me through this period.
Melissa, one of our fans, GT Lem, just said that you won the Emmy for the New Year's episode of Guiding Light. Do you recall that?
For the New Year's episode? Well, there it is. You know what? I don't remember what shows. Yeah. You know what? The New Year's episode, I had to submit 2 shows. I submitted the New Year's episode when, I don't know, I was out at the farm or something. Heart had disappeared again. No. And then the other one was, the other show I submitted was when Michael Zaslow, Roger Thorpe got shot, and I found him out at the farm.
Okay.
And we had like 3 or 4 just real quiet 2 people scenes that weren't about story. They were about a couple of people,
Yeah.
My God, the writing, you guys. The writing we had, holy cow. I read scripts all the time and I'm like, God, we had such great writing.
And they were pumping those things out too. 5 days a week.
200 and, almost 300 shows a year. It's crazy.
That to me is still the craziest.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's just how fast and
absolutely. Yeah. And so many of them, I could read them once or twice and I would pretty much be memorized because they made sense.
You had to be good at memorizing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good.
Although there were some people on the show that waited very long until the last minute.
Huh?
No names.
They did?
No names.
No.
No, but they would kill it when the cameras.
Oh yeah, of course.
You couldn't rehearse with them because I don't know.
Well, you were all, I mean, Rachel and Bryan were younger, but you were all relatively young kids at Guiding Light during the Christmas season. What was that like?
Well, honestly, I don't remember. I have a lot of Christmas season memories on the show, but I have a lot of very vivid memories of the show in general. And I know I loved the big group scenes and things like that. When we got to, it was so much of it to me was about getting to watch the other actors and work with you all. And that stayed with me on such a deep, visceral level. I also know in terms of the number of scripts, just something I was thinking of was like that I learned really early on was that so much of being an actor is if you believe it, audiences believe it. So like to me that stayed with me. If always the trick was like how much mental acrobatics can you do to make that a truth? I think it's very easy to get lazy as human beings in general and just say, oh, no one would say that or whatever. But it's like, no, there's some way that they would. And if you can find that way, then you got this. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah,
No,
I'm the same way. I mean, I don't remember much of it, but I do remember the fake presents and
probably wanting to open them.
Yeah. Well, and Rachel said this earlier, but you're surrounded by these people that become your second family. So in a way, it's like it's just another holiday gathering. And generally speaking, it was all happy. There wasn't too much drama going on. There might have been little stories that were happening, but at least for us kids, it was just fun and happy. So nothing but good memories, as fuzzy as they are.
Except I do remember is the first time I ever had to wear mascara was on the show. And I just remember how heavy my eyes felt. So when all other girls my age were excited about trying on makeup, I was like, why would you do that torturous thing when you're not working? I didn't understand it. So yeah, that's another little fun fact.
That's awesome. I know you guys were all my favorite people. I'd go to work and the cast and the crew and everybody were just, I'd love to just go and hang out there. And it was,
I'm sure for the fans watching tonight, just seeing everybody interact with each other and seeing, the 3 of you, seem like you're the best of friends and, and it's really nice because you are family to them.
Well, and we were genuinely close. I think all our families knew each other, and
Rachel's family adopted me when I first came on. Rachel, she decided we were going to be best friends, and gave me a card that she had made saying, "I've decided we're going to be best friends." So there's that. And they took me off to the Catskills with them on weekends, and then on Thanksgivings, because it was never enough time for me to come home to California, I went with Marcy Walker one Thanksgiving. I went up to Peter and Courtney one Thanksgiving. I think I went to Kurt and Miranda McKinney one Thanksgiving.
You definitely you were fed well.
That's right.
You definitely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, and Bryan, I still remember your family so well, and it was such a nice thing. We did a lot of the charity events and things like that. That was where we all spent time together, and yeah.
I vaguely remember it, but we did some skit at some fan club gathering.
I found that picture.
What was the song?
No, Rachel's got pictures.
It was Leader of the Pack.
Yeah, Leader of the Pack. Thank you. There it is. That's so
hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it.
Oh, that's amazing.
You guys,
I love it.
So the
Hold on
Guiding
one
Light,
thing.
like, they
That's right.
had
I was
a
on like a little
yearly-
Power Wheel. or
That's
whatever
right.
it was.
They had like a yearly event for Guiding Light. I can't
That's
remember.
amazing.
Yeah, and we sang Leader of the, or we lip sank.
Yeah, we love
Leader
it.
of the Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? Joe Landolfi, who played Little Billy,
Peter?
Peter. He just got married.
No.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Guys,
Wow.
thank you so much for being here. The best of holidays to all of you and your families. Stay safe.
Happy holidays. And thank you for doing this. And please,
Yes.
let's take care of
And thank you to everybody.
so many people.
Donate. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye, you guys. Happy holidays. Donate.
Donate. All righty. We're moving on. There's another family in the house. Are we ready for Mama and Papa Lewis? Ms. Kim Zimmer and Mr. Robert Newman. Hello. Oh, wrong one. Kim Zimmer. Robert Newman. She's not there. Hello.
Hello.
You dressed up too. You do.
My grandson is scared to death of this house.
Brett, you should see
Oh
that.
my
That's
God.
hysterical.
I need that. That is fabulous.
It'll
Happy
stop
holidays. Happy holidays, Kim.
holidays.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Robert? Grandma?
Hi, honey.
Grandma
I'm
and
good.
Grandpa.
Grandma and Grandpa. Yes,
I'm sorry,
that's true.
I tuned in too late to see your song. I'll have to rewatch.
You missed the carnage.
What did you say?
No.
Inagata Davida.
Oh, cool. I
Full
love
drum
that
solo, the
song.
whole thing. It was like an 8-minute deal. It was fantastic. Very, very seasonal.
Oh, Alan, I just want to say that Jake told me to be sure to tell you happy holidays.
Hi,
They
Jake.
flew
Thank
in
you.
in
Are
the
they-
window on Tuesday, so
They're quarantining.
they're quarantining. We'll see them hopefully, next week, Monday or Tuesday. They're quarantining and testing. So
Gotcha.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I'm getting ready to donate $100, and I'm challenging anybody else to do the same to
Oh, thank you, Kim.
feedingamerica.com. And the next however long we're on, just match me, okay?
I'll match you.
Okay, honey.
Oh,
There's
thank you,
$200
guys.
right there.
I mean, people need it. It's really sad,
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
What do you what do the holidays mean when you think of Guiding Light? I mean, because I think back to Larry reading. Larry used to read? Larry Gates, HB would sit there and read one of the stories. I think Bill Rorick too.
What I remember most is that it kind of blew real Christmas because we celebrated Guiding Light Christmas like a month and a half, 2 months ahead of Christmas. So when our Christmas rolled around, it was kind of like, eh.
We would have those Christmas parties. They were talking about them earlier on. But what I was remembering about Christmas parties was they were really opulent in the beginning years. And then towards the end, Kim, you remember when they started having them in the studio on 44th Street, and they were like, "Oh no, we're going to decorate the studio. It's going to be really Christmassy." Because we'd be at like the Plaza or something like that, years earlier, and
The
we'd all be
Rainbow
decked
Room
out
or something we were at.
tuxedos. I remember there was a really cool restaurant down at Chelsea Piers we were at one year, and people pulling up in limousines. And then years later, there we were in the studio.
I had this very beautiful red velvet cape on that I thought I would wear. And I tried to put it on and I couldn't get it on. So that was from like 2004, the party at some cool place on 42nd Street.
Yeah.
Cipriani.
Yeah.
Maybe Cipriani, yeah.
That was
wow.
really cool.
That was nice. Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Robert's got whiskey.
No, not anymore.
So
Those days are done.
becoming grandparents, what do the holidays now mean for you?
Making sure you buy the right Christmas gift.
Oh my God. Yes. We're in the throes of that right now. If I pulled back the curtain over here, you would see poor Britt. She's packed. I think she's wrapping presents as we speak.
Oh,
There's like
yeah,
Amazon boxes everywhere.
Robert, you don't have have to worry about it. Yet that baby doesn't know from Christmas presents.
I know, but his gifter list is like a mile long. And we're like, he's not going to be playing with this stuff for like a year. What is all this stuff?
Oh, we got to actually play in the snow with our grandson for the first time today, which was
man,
you know, just
that's exciting.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, Leo Robert. I'm apparently the only person who refers to him as Leo Robert. I don't know what that's about, but you know.
Well, I don't doubt that for a second.
Kim, Jill said she just poured wine. The Kim Zimmer effect.
Thank you.
For every glass of wine Kim drinks, if you would donate drinking a glass of wine on your own, that would be fantastic. Hundreds of glasses of wine.
I've stopped drinking white wine because there's too much sugar, and now I'm drinking red.
Aha.
I also want to thank Chris Congdon for donating to Feeding America as well. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you. What else about Guiding Light? Any other memories?
Well, when you were talking earlier with him about Christmas shows, I was still thinking, like, I don't really feel like I have strong memories of actual Christmas shows.
The funny one that we were talking about with Jerry and Liz is they got married on December 24th, and they had all of the men dress up in Santa outfits.
Oh, I was one of those Santas. That's true.
I wasn't on the show then.
Yeah, I was because
no, you were. Zim, you were because you Robert made as Santa, he made a pass at you.
That's true.
Oh,
I did.
Oh, of
yes.
course he
did. Yeah.
I can try to recreate that somehow. Let's see.
I'm trying to get your daughter on. She's having a little trouble. Your daughter was going to join.
She's always having a little trouble, that one.
Well, she's got a little one. You know, the holidays must,
Oh
change
my God,
when
that little baby looks so much like Laura Bell. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and she's coming back east.
They're moving back east.
Yeah. coming to us.
Everybody's escaping Los Angeles. Sorry, LA, but everybody's moving out. Is she still having issues?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
here she
Robert,
is.
we'll just talk about
there she is.
There she is.
There she is. Bundy.
I'm so weird. I didn't have Google Chrome, so I tried Safari and it didn't work. And then I realized it was the link because when I got the Chrome, it still didn't work. Hi.
Happy holidays.
So, Kim, I'm moving to New Jersey.
To New Jersey?
I didn't want to say where until she came on.
Where? I'm moving to Tewksbury.
Oh, we know that area. That's down by our AC sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
beautiful down there. Oh, good.
We got a little farm. So
nice. I can't wait to squeeze on that little boy.
You'll have a babysitter right there.
This is the thing. We were either going to move to where Robert lives or to where. So.
Well, Huck will be friends with Vinny.
There you go.
Yeah,
they're not.
They can roll around in the snow together.
Lots of babies. Congratulations, Robert.
Thank you. Leo Robert is absolutely adorable, and I love him with all my heart. Well, that's his name, Kim. That's all I'm saying.
So fun. Laura Bell, do you have any holiday memories at Guiding Light? I don't know if anything stands out for you.
I think I have memories of just like making holiday gifts for people. I was on like a basket making thing for a while, and I think I made people baskets. And we had a lot of parties too. We had some good parties.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, there's some real
Do you guys remember
kind of parties. What?
Do you remember? Oh, what was she playing then? Mindy, the actress, and I did a movie with her. Crystal Hunt. Do you remember the Christmas presents she used to give everybody?
I don't.
She gave us diamonds and.
Yeah, I have a watch up in my still up in the cabinet somewhere upstairs that she gave me. That was like a
Merry Christmas, Crystal Hunt.
Yeah.
I think I missed that gift.
That's so funny. How did the holidays change for you after having Huck?
Dramatically. Last year was the first year that I didn't spend Christmas with my family, the actual day of Christmas. And I chose, because prior to last year was also the first time I spent Christmas Day with my husband. It wasn't until we had a child that it became a priority for us to take each other and our child before our immediate families.
I remember that.
And we've been together now 9 years. So that was like 8 years we hadn't spent the actual day of Christmas. We'd like hang out till the 23rd and be like, you know. And this time it was the opposite. I went to see my family, and on the 23rd I was like, bye, and flew back to California to do Christmas Eve and Christmas. And my mom was like, oh, I'll be there. And we flew to have Christmas Day with Huck.
Oh.
So, I mean, this year, you know, this year's just totally different. Obviously, we're not seeing anybody. I'm not going home for Christmas. Not obviously, but I just don't feel comfortable flying, and driving is going to take too long. So I'm forgoing seeing my family for the first time in a really, really, really long time.
One of our fans just said we should all donate in honor of these amazing humans. I agree.
Yes, please.
I agree.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, thank you all so much for being here. It really means a lot. Happy holidays. I know we're here to, you know, raise some money for Feeding America. Thank you, Kim and Robert. Appreciate that for the donations and for getting people to match. Laura Bell, you're the best. What's going on with the album coming out in 2021?
Yeah, so I have the next song is coming out January 22nd. And then I think
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. And then the full album, I think, is going to come out maybe around Mother's Day, like intentionally, because it is about women. And I have a lot of, there's a lot of stuff that has to do with being a mom and working mom and doing it all included in the album. So I think that'll be me.
And I will say this out loud now while you two are on screen, when we are allowed to perform in person, Kim Zimmer and Laura Bell Bundy need to be doing like a cabaret in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
I love New Hope.
Yeah. I mean, that would be.
I think she's afraid of me.
We could all do a production of Gypsy together.
Oh,
There you go.
Fun.
That is funny.
Or we could find one more and do Virginia Woolf together. That might be something interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan, for doing this.
Alan, it was so great to see Jamie Goodwin. I hadn't, you know, that was a shocker, and to see him, that was great.
Yeah. Michael Woods, I haven't seen in such a long time.
And Harley, I hadn't seen. Well, you're related to Harley.
I am. Carly is my cousin. That's true.
Thank you for getting them, my friend. That was awesome.
The fans were asking earlier when I had the Christmas tree behind me when I was singing. Yes, those were Norwegian flags behind me. Britt and I are both half Norwegian, and Harley is Norwegian. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love you all. Stay safe.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it.
Bye.
I missed you all.
All righty. Bye, Kimmer.
Bye.
Hi, Alan. I can't hear you.
Mic is muted. Can you hear me now? Hi. Sorry. Beth Ehlers and Jean.
Hi. Oh my God, Beth Ehlers, baby, my
So
baby
good to
girl.
see you. Happy
How are
holidays.
you? Happy holidays. Wow. Thanks for doing this. This is great.
Well, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. Beth, you were telling me about a CNN story you were telling me earlier today about what's going on with folks. Do you want to share that? Your sound is off. I don't hear you at the moment. Beth's having audio issues.
No.
Jean, how are the holidays for you?
Well, I got my tree up, and I'm getting. I do a newsletter, and I just finished it today. I was so behind. I was just so behind because I teach at a college now, as well as trying to do other stuff, and the semester just wrapped up. It's all online. It's crazy, drives you nuts. But there was a lot of work to it, but now it's finally done.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're putting things together.
Sorry, Jean. Please continue. I went out.
We're just trying to, make plans without really making plans. I mean, everybody's in the same.
Everybody's in the same boat.
I know.
So Beth, share what's that story?
Oh yeah, no, it was a CNN story this morning about how people working at the theme parks, and in particular, it was the Disney theme parks, and how they just are not. There's no jobs. Those are the only jobs in those areas, and how reliant they are on the food pantries, to take care of their families. And it was just heartbreaking. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. And I felt so grateful to be doing this tonight, and hopefully there'll be people maybe who are watching this who are going to benefit from people's generosity.
Absolutely. Laura Bell Bundy was just signing off, and she sends her love to you. She was just
Laura Bell. I saw her before she went away. She looks beautiful. Her hair is so long and beautiful.
When you think of the Cooper family, what springs to mind for you folks?
Jean.
Oh my God. A holiday story, I think of Nadine burning a turkey. I mean, that's what pops up in my mind fastest. She was so inept.
Did she do that? Did she do it? She burned a turkey?
Of course she burned a turkey.
Nadine.
That's so great.
That was her. Although hopefully I do a little bit better than her in the kitchen. It took me a while though to learn. And I've got Jerry helping me out these days. He's actually cooking. He made me a birthday cake this year. We were stuck here, staying quarantined or whatever, locked down, and it was my birthday, and he baked a cake, which blew me away.
Oh wow,
that is so nice.
I know. Yeah, I got a good one there.
Nothing better than a homemade cake.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Come on, Alan.
Yeah. I'm a sweet tooth. I've got a sweet tooth. Beth, your boys are older now in their 20s. What was the holidays like when they were little for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, the biggest tree we could possibly find, and gifts, the largest gifts, and having everything. I mean, staying up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, assembling all those toys that they'd wake up in the morning and be excited. And nowadays it's just, I need a new computer. Can I have another phone? I mean, there's no unwrapping gifts anymore. It's not what it once was.
And how are the boys doing?
They're good.
Home with you, right? You said they were shoveling. They were shoveling.
One took the semester off, and the other, unfortunately, I mean, he's a math major, and so he's teaching himself really hard actuarial mathematics.
Here's the brother. There he is. Frankie.
Oh, so good to see all of you. Whoa.
Hey,
the whole
what are you guys doing?
here.
The Coopers in your house.
How does Frank look younger than he did?
I know, he looks great.
10 years ago.
Great.
Thank you. I got a little, COVID grow here. My mama and my sister. I got my mommy and my sister. Oh.
Yes.
You guys look great.
We almost hooked up in LA this year, but we came like this close, and it didn't happen because COVID jumped in the middle and everything got locked down.
Yep. No, we were very, very close. And,
where do you live, Jean? Jeannie, where
Santa
do you live?
Clarita.
Oh, so you could have,
Santa
Frank was
Clarita.
stuck out there. Frank was stuck out there for
3 months.
45 days or something.
Yeah, I sure was. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you should have come up and we could have gone to a look at Six Flags, not go inside, but we could have looked at it. I live a mile south of Six Flags.
Hey, Alan, it's been terrific seeing everybody, and then seeing these two ladies right here. I'm a happy man. I couldn't have a better mother or sister. So, I was a lucky guy. They provided me.
That's your beautiful wife.
My beautiful wife is right here, and thank God for her. I wouldn't be on this right now because I had trouble getting in as well. So my IT experience or knowledge is not too well. It's not too good.
It is very funny how everybody, everybody's IT person is helping them out tonight. But tonight's really about family, helping other families out, and couldn't do this without the Coopers.
Well, speaking of which, Tay and I are donating, so we're absolutely
thank you so much
and happy to do that. So absolutely, it's all about giving now. That's what it's always been about. So you got to.
I teach at a college, and a lot of my students are falling into that category, unfortunately, and it just crushes you.
Needing food, needing
everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Needing everything, trying to do classes with their cell phone, it's like, and everything else. And so we're trying really hard to reach out to them too. So this is good. I got to tell you, Frank, you're on my Christmas tree every year. Years ago, we took a picture of Jerry and I don't know if you remember this, at the Comedy Store up on the west side, you and Taya and me and Frank and Jerry, and we took a photo together, all four of us. And I've got this little tiny ornament with the picture. It's been there every year ever since. Can't get rid of you. No way. Yeah. We think of you every Christmas. Beth, I don't know where you are. We need a picture up there too.
Hey, Beth's doing some great stuff. I'm very, very proud of her. She's kicking butt and helping out the environment and everything. Very, very proud of her. Very proud of her.
Well,
And,
Frank and I actually have a pretty funny story. Pardon? Frank and I actually have a pretty funny story in that I work for a government agency, and my boss and I went to this university that we give grant money, that the organization gives grant money to, and it's a very impressive facility. And the guy is talking us through everything that they're doing. And I see this guy kind of in the corner, but I'm really focused over here. And the gentleman turns around at one point and says, "Oh, I don't want to forget to introduce you to one of our researchers, Jane Dicopoulos." And everything slowed down. And I was like, Jane Dicopoulos. He turns around, and it was like there was this 4-year-old little boy who looks exactly the same standing there. I said, "Is your father Frank Dicopoulos?" I mean, it was an out-of-body experience. What a funny connection to have in there. Such a small world.
It really, really is.
Happy holidays, all of you. I love you for doing this. I love you for donating. Thank you for being here. Stay safe, everybody.
Hey, come here. Come here. Tay wants to say hi.
We got to see Tay.
Hold on 1 second. Here's Tay.
Oh my God! As usual, he's making me.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays, you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're moving on. We had Rachel Miner earlier, one of our Michelle Bowers. Now we have two Michelle Bowers and their man. Welcome Bethany Lenz, Nancy St. Alban, and Paul Anthony Stewart. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, man. This is the first time we've ever been in the same room together.
I know. I was just
I
going to ask.
know.
That?
I think we've only spoken on the phone, right?
I think so. It's so great to see you, or be in person-ish kind of with you.
You too. Hi, Polly.
Paulie, you look great.
I feel like I'm cheating on one of you.
No, it's very awkward. No, we're the same person. It's all good.
I love those glasses, my friend. Those are cool.
I know, Paul, you're so sexy.
Oh, well, it's because I can't. Old, I can't see anymore.
You look
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Well, it's a little early in California.
Damn.
Joy. I know you got to get on the right time zone.
You got to get on the right time zone. But Joy, tell us, because you have a holiday album coming out any day now, right?
Any moment. We're waiting on iTunes to approve it. It's like, they were like, yeah, we'll get it. And then we sent it in. They go, well, we're a little backed up, so we can't guarantee anything for 3 weeks. Like,
what?
3 weeks? It's going to be past Christmas. So we're going to release it on Bandcamp just for the next 48 hours. So at least everybody can get going. And then they said they would get it up by this weekend. Fingers crossed. But yes, it will be available tonight on Bandcamp. And I'll put links up on my Instagram. And there's also a website like BethanyJoyOfficial.com. So if you go there in a couple hours, you'll find the album.
That's great.
Cool.
It's so weird.
Sorry,
Having so many shells tonight. It's like so funny. So now share. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, I just knocked everything over. I was gonna say share stories about Paul Anthony. What was it like working with Paul?
Why would you do that? Why would you do
Come
that?
Come on.
Joy, you go first.
Oh my gosh. Some of my favorite memories of Paul are well, I loved when we went to Puerto Rico. That was so much fun. Remember that? We were all living on a boat together for did we sleep there? Did we take naps? Why?
That was when we had a budget, Nancy. That was before you.
We went to Puerto Rico.
You were in Puerto Rico, Alan. Didn't you come too?
Oh yeah, me and Lisa. Everybody went. Kim, Robert, David Andrew. Don't you remember David Andrew McDonald drove a golf cart into a
Oh yeah, yeah.
He trashed a golf cart on the remote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know being so impressed with Paul. You were I learned so much from you, and I've told you this before, but I really did. I really did. I was 17, and just didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was shot out of a cannon, and I was really good pretending like I knew what I was doing, but I was just totally, nervous and scared and just trying my best. And I learned so much from you, just about acting and being in the moment, and and behind the scenes too, just about how to function on a set. I watched you a lot, just what do I do? And I messed up all the time, but you were one of the people I remember watching and learning.
I'm sorry. I probably was a terrible mentor.
You were so respectful of people, and so you just treated everyone so well, and you knew how to be a professional because you'd been on sets for years before I had. So
all my memories with Paul revolve around eating. We were always eating. Always eating. And I was just telling my kids the other night, we were having Greek food, and we had a gyro, and I was like, oh my God, Paul and I used to go to this place. Do you remember the place we used to go to a block away from the studio, and it's on 46th Street, and we would eat these giant lunches before we would have to come back.
Yeah, before we had to do a love scene.
Oh God. Yeah. And then starving ourselves. We would go through the starving ourselves.
We're doing it for hunger. We probably should not be talking about all the food.
Sorry. That was not fun. But I mean, limiting our calories so that we could get in bathing suits or love scenes.
Well, that was always the big moment, right? We'd get the all we had to be in our bathing suits, and we would then go on a crash diet immediately. Yeah.
Oh,
still
God.
For me. I was like,
are there any holiday memories from Guiding Light? Anything that pops into your, of working there during the holidays? I don't know if there's anything.
Fun parties. We used to go to those fun parties where we got to dress up in real life and dance, and they had some fun. Remember, we used to have.
We did, yeah.
I have no recollection of that.
I don't remember. I must have gotten wasted because I don't remember it. That's
not us. Not anybody who worked at Guiding Light.
No.
Was that at 222 East 44th Street? Was that in the building or somewhere else?
No, Joy, you went to one, because I just remember I have a picture of you down at the lighthouse at Chelsea Piers. We had one party there.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And then we had one that
more to that actually.
You walked up to that one?
Cipriani that time, remember that Cipriani?
Cipriani. Someone else. Kim or Robert might have mentioned Cipriani earlier.
That was a nice one.
Yeah.
Well, Paul and Joy, you both sing a lot, and Joy, you have your album. So is there do you have a favorite holiday song on the album?
Well, so mine is 4 original songs, 1 duet, and then 2 covers. So I do have I think probably my favorite song on it is called My Christmas with You. It's a duet. I like that one. But I don't know, a favorite holiday song in general that's already established. I really do kind of like the Christmas song, like Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. I love that one. What's yours?
Do you have one that you sing, Paul?
I always love Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Is that the actual title?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
It may be, yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Well,
kind of what we're all having right now, right? A Merry Little Christmas.
A Merry Little Christmas. Well, your mama couldn't be here tonight, but she sent us a beautiful song she recorded that I'm going to play right now. So, yes, here's Miss Sandra Santiago.
Soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tinkle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you've made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one to remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is here again. One more time, Christmas is here again. Don't forget to wear your masks now. You too, Santa.
That is awesome.
Wasn't that fabulous? I need to thank Sandra, Timberlake Playhouse music director Michael McBride, and Carl Latham, who helped put that video together and were kind enough to share it with all of us tonight. How fun was that?
Love it.
That's awesome.
That woman is timeless.
She looks.
I know Sandy looks great. She looks amazing.
So good. Guys, thank you for being here. Remind everybody, donate, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Donate, people in need. I love you all. Have a amazing holiday. Joy, send me the info and I'll share it when the album's out, the Bandcamp link. Happy holidays. Love you guys.
Thanks, Alan.
Be safe. Wear your masks.
Wear your masks.
Nice. See you,
Bye,
Joy.
guys.
Bye, Polly.
Bless you guys. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Oh,
Merry
bye.
Christmas.
Bye, Polly.
Bye, babe. See you later.
Yep. Okay. moving on with the show. These lovely ladies joined the Springfield canvas a little later in the game, but quickly became beloved members of the family, adding the Spencers, the Riveras, the Moores, and the Boudreaux families to the Guiding Light history books. Please welcome Ivana Kopacz-Wright, Crystal Chappell, Jessica Leccia, and I hope Karla Mosley. Hello, hello.
Hi.
And where is, I saw her, there's my Jess. Hi everybody, happy holidays.
Beauty. Happy holidays.
Oh my gosh, for being here.
Do you see me? I'm leaning in so hard to see you. I'm like,
oh, your tree is beautiful.
Oh, thanks. That's the only nice part of my house right now.
Yeah,
the only thing.
Camera.
Crystal's moving, aren't you, Crystal? You're in the middle of something.
I'm in my neighbor's house. We have 7 adults, 8 dogs, an iguana, and a cat. And I'm not even exaggerating. That's what we have here. Wow. Oh, an iguana.
And
an iguana.
Karla!
Hey,
Karla!
Hi, how are you?
Wow, some of my favorite ladies right here.
Yay!
I know this is a talented group of ladies. For Guiding Light, the holidays, does anything stand out for you guys? Is there any special memories at the holiday time?
We had some good holiday parties, you know. I think,
Oh, always.
right?
Yeah.
We really like did it up. It was our chance to dress up and go out and have fun and connect.
Eileen Frankel was just texting me saying, I can't believe people can't remember. We had them at the Pierre, Cipriani's. She's like, what? All these people were there. Why can't they remember?
Well, we were all drunk. So
Right.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all know the answer.
You're all moms now. You know, how did the holidays change from not being a mom to being moms?
Oh, that's the best part, isn't it?
Kind of experiencing it for the first time, really, because
Yeah.
she's 2. So it's like the first time that she really gets the holidays.
Oh,
She's
Karla
looking at
had a
Christmas
baby.
lights. I know, it's so exciting. We have 2 trees up. It's really fun. It makes it, you know, you just sort of remember being a kid again.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so sweet. I mean, I remember I was talking to, I mean, my kids are older now. They're 18 and almost 17.
Wow.
And I was talking to them about Guiding Light and how, you know, I used to bring them to the set and just, you know, lock them in the dressing room, like just be like, okay, just, they were like 4 and maybe 3 or 5, like clearly way too young for me to leave them. But I'm like, I'm just going to run on set. And I'm going to go, you know, I'm going to come back out. I probably shouldn't have done that. And like, I was, one time I was on for an extra long time and I got this like little handwritten note on the outside of the door that's like sound spelling, like, Mommy, I miss you. Where are you? Oh my God. Like, times, you know, working mom, it was just like we were juggling the whole time.
Speaking of, I saw Jess, the pictures of your girls out today playing in the first snow of the year.
Yeah, you didn't see me there, did you? Nope.
No.
Who was taking the picture? I did. I went out last night purely for the photo op, and then I was like, I want to go inside. I'm so cold. So thankfully, they have a super fun dad because I can't. I don't want to. They have their fun. They're fine. They understand me. They get it.
Yeah, my skin is so thin now.
Oh, I
After
bet.
just 2 years out in California, I go back and I'm like, what is this?
Ooh,
50 degrees.
Yeah.
Are you back, Karla, here?
No, I'm still, but I'm very homesick for New York because before all of this, I was able to travel quite a bit, and you know, that's halted that this year. Yeah, but we'll travel again. And it's been a nice excuse to actually stay put, especially as I said for her first Christmas, and you can hear her in the background.
It's great.
I knew there were.
You're like, what's going on back there?
I could hear somebody's kid. That's so great. Well, it's so good to see you all. Do you have from your childhood holiday memories that stand out?
I liked my easy bake oven, and I still do. You know, I have a younger brother, and he used to eat the batter before I ever got it under the light bulb. And yeah, that was but it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just
You like the easy bake oven?
I do.
I definitely loved my easy bake oven as well. And you know, I have a very large family, so my memories just consist of like just complete chaos with everybody opening gifts and screaming like, look what I got. It was like literally like an hour of just pure chaos. And I'm going to miss that this year, you know, not being able to go home, but I'm going to try to do as much chaos as I can over here. So we'll see how that goes.
Go ahead with Jessica.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say the first thing I thought of this year is, you know, we're not going to be together with the immediate family on my side of the family, and we've always, since I was tiny baby, done, you know, matching PJs for Christmas, and we've done it since I can remember, and it's grown and expanded to like this year it's like we need 14 pairs of matching pajamas. And like the thing I'm most upset about this year is that we won't be together in our matching pajamas for the matching pajama photo. And like, I can't get over it. So angry about it.
And it's not sort of like the same doing it like in a Zoom where you're all
it's not. I mean, I guess we could Photoshop some stuff, but we're going to be wearing those pajamas in April all together. It's going to happen.
Yeah, everything's just a little delayed this year. Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. We should all do that. You know, that when we are all allowed to be together again, put up the trees. Why not? Absolutely. We've missed a few things, you know. As long as you're healthy, that's what matters. As long as we're helping to feed people, you know, right? That's what tonight's about. Thank you all for being here. I love seeing you. So good to see all your faces. I wish you the best of holidays.
Thank you. So good to see you.
Thank you.
For everyone watching, please donate to Feeding America. There are people out there who are so much less fortunate than we are, and they really need our help. $1 helps. And
it's super easy.
Absolutely.
It's super easy. Yeah, the link is right there on YouTube. You just need to click it while you're watching these great people. I love you all. Thank you for being
here. Love you, Ellen. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
You're so
Happy holidays.
Nice to see
Good
you.
to see you. Give me 1 second. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye, Crystal. Stay safe. Okay, now we have this mother and daughter duo are one of a kind and the greatest of friends in real life. Please welcome Miss Tina Sloan and Miss Beth Chamberlain.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Bethy.
Hello, Tina.
How are you? So good to see you both.
Thank you, Alan. What a great thing you're doing for Feeding America. This is terrific.
Thank you. It's really nice to see everybody's faces. You know, that's the other thing. Not just, you know, we are helping others out there, but we're also helping our fans put a smile on their faces.
Good.
You know what I mean? So I have a little surprise. A little daughter of yours wanted to say hello. Miss Crystal Hunt.
Hi, Crystal.
Welcome to Florida.
I'm here. I'm down in Florida.
Yeah,
Look at that
grandma,
behind you.
I know.
that tree is gorgeous.
Are you talking about my lovely book on my counter, or
what
Your
book?
tree.
hashtag shameless?
A shameless pug for Miss Tina. Why not? Absolutely. I love that.
Oh, you're so cute to have that there. Thank you.
When you think Guiding Light and Christmas, anything pop in mind for you ladies?
What did you just say?
Yeah, you cut out.
When you think of Guiding Light and Christmas, the holidays, does anything pop to mind?
Mine is the first, when I first came on the show, Christmas Eve was where I came home to my mother. That was the Christmas Eve show, because I came back in the fall, but I didn't know I was me and I couldn't speak and all of that. So, but I only walked into, I think that Phillip brought me to your house. I can't quite remember that. I just remember walking in
that was the Christmas Eve show that I walked in your house. And
well, that's definitely a good memory. First time walking in.
Yeah, it was really poignant.
Oh yeah.
I remember because Lillian, you hadn't seen me yet at that point, right?
No.
Yeah, so that
I thought you were dead.
Yes.
Only in a soap opera can you say something like that.
Yeah, and laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Crystal, I don't know if you heard
not at all storyline related, but I just remember them being the most involved episodes. Like they were always the ones we knew we were going to have the most cast in on, and all of the kids, like the younger kids that we didn't have on set all the time. Like we just knew it was going to be a very involved shoot.
Well, I just know that was always the time you ended up going to Grant's room and drinking during.
I didn't drink because I was
you
a
were
teenager.
there for so many hours. You were
exactly.
In fact, Grant's wife Sherry has a picture of me. I think I'm in all Christmas gear or something. I don't know what we were shooting that year, but I'm holding a margarita in the other hand.
And we'd get the whole, all the cast and all the producers and all the cameramen would all come on and we'd all sing Christmas carols together in front of a piano. And so everybody was on TV that day too. That was really terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a special time.
I know. It needs to come back.
And Crystal, I don't know if you heard Robert Newman and Kim Zimmer. I think they were talking earlier. Kim might have mentioned about the presents that you used to give to everybody on this.
Oh, Crystal,
I was just thinking the same thing.
I still have something she gave me presents.
I love it though. It's so much fun. And I come from such a huge family that to me, I mean, I was around everybody at Guiding Light just as much as, if not more, than my own family. So it was just more family to shop for.
And you really did shop for us.
You did. You went out, yeah, which is the sweetest thing. I mean, you did it for
everybody. It's nice for everybody to know that they were remembered.
I'm impressed by it because I get stressed out with just the much smaller circle that I need to shop for. I'm a complete stress case.
I hear that. Yeah. Trying to think of ideas. It's hard sometimes.
It is.
You want to be original.
It is. But some people are easy. Some people are like, oh, well, a new iPhone just came out. That'll do it for them. That's going to make their year. So, like, you know what I mean? It's just like some people are so simple, but then some people are just like, what can I get them that they don't already have?
Yes.
Tina, how did it change once you became a grandmother now, the holidays for you?
Oh, it's just wonderful. I mean, they're not here this year. They're out in Aspen because of COVID, where they're living. So I'm not going to see them. But I sent out so many presents. It was just awful. It was just awful. And they're now skiing age 3 and 6. And she's 6, so she's way behind everybody else who lives in Aspen, if you can imagine. But he at 3 is great. And they just got a dog, a little puppy, a Bernese Doodle. It is now bigger than the 3-year-old.
Oh,
it's a Bernese mountain dog.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, my dog Forbes has a friend who's a Bernese mountain dog, and I believe she's like 300 pounds.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, this is a Doodle. This has some poodle in her too, but
which is another big dog too.
They call her Minnie, but she was little when she came. We were there when she arrived, but boy, is she big now.
Too cute, I believe.
Tina, did you say you're seeing your son, or you're not seeing him now?
No, I was. We went out in October, but now I think flying now is so crowded.
Gotcha.
It's not a great idea to go.
Because you thought you were going to see him, I thought, tonight. But the snow, right?
No, it wasn't snow. I mean, they had a huge, we're in Florida, so there's no snow.
Oh, no snow for you.
No. And he's in Aspen where they have snow all the time. So,
Well, you can come visit me in Florida. We have snow out front.
You do?
Of course you do.
Because my mother is Mrs. Claus. She's like the female Clark Griswold. So
the same snow machines they have on Main Street at Disney World are in our front yard. For real.
Krista, where are you in Florida?
Clearwater.
That's right. I knew that. You're Tampa.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole show, you know, I did the show to raise money, but it's amazing just seeing the families, you know,
Yeah.
hear the Rains women, you know, one of your daughters right here, Crystal Hunt, you know, so
Yeah.
good. Beth, how did it change when you had Luke for, you know?
Christmas is so much more fun when you have a child. I mean, you know, I grew up in a household where my mother was very much like Mrs. Claus too. Our house was the most decorated of anybody's house. And so it was a very exciting time, but it definitely is so much more exciting once you have a child and you're applying for that child. Of course, there's much more anxiety about it as well because you're their Christmas wonderful and things sell out if you're not on top of it in time. So, but this year I'll say this was the first year. Every year I've said to Luke, now Luke, what are some things that you want for Christmas? And he'll say, I really don't need anything. I'm happy with what I've got. And I'm thinking, I think
you need help. You're like,
but
I need ideas. I need ideas.
And this was the first year he actually had some ideas, some things that he actually wanted. So
And did you want to give him those ideas? Were they things you liked for him to want?
They weren't things that I disliked. It was, you know, there were some video game related things. So
which nowadays you have to be so careful about. It's crazy.
It's you know, I'm very much a person that I grew up always outside running around. So that's what I'm always doing with my son. It's like, okay, how much time have you spent on there? I mean, even he's 15 still, and I'm saying, go out and play basketball, go. Because of course, now you have to understand too, when I say go out and play basketball, I don't think I've told you this story, but Rosie O'Donnell used to live in Nyack. The people that bought, and she put a full basketball court by this company, Sport Court. It's tiles that you put together. Anyhow, you can go online and look at it. Well, with the new people.
Do you live in Nyack?
Yes. The new people.
Because my old acting coach lived in Nyack, and
I think
she looked at her house. Yeah.
Oh, she looked at her house. Well, the new people that bought it did not want the court. So they asked us if we wanted the court, and we had room for it because we had an old tennis court on our property. So last fall, Peter went over, took the whole thing apart, brought it to our house, and Peter and I put it together. Which was, let me tell you, it's a huge deal because Peter and I shoveled, because you have to create this really flat, perfect surface. So we shoveled probably, the two of us, about 70,000 pounds of stone and stone dust to create this surface.
Wow.
You know there's heavy equipment for that, right?
What did you say?
You know, construction people, we have heavy equipment for things like that.
I know.
I don't think they're meant. It's meant to be done by hand.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. Tina and Beth, we'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
You're going to stick around. Crystal, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
So wonderful to see you.
Donate what you can. Feedingamerica.com, everybody. See you guys in a little while. Beth and Tina, I'll see you shortly. Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry, trying to keep the show on the road. I think we all know when these four got together, Christmas was never again the same in Springfield. Christmas 1983, Beth, Phillip, Mindy, and Rick in New York City. Please welcome to the locker room the four Musketeers, Grant Aleksander, Brady Evans, Michael Leary, and Krista Tesreau. Hello? Can everybody hear me?
Woo! Oh my God.
Wow.
Judy, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you too.
Thank you.
You guys look great.
Hi, you all look great.
Wow. Well, this is the first time the four of us have been together for, it's got to be, what, 25, 30 years?
Something.
Not that long.
That's right. Well, four of us together, right? Was it 1987, 88?
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Grant, you're good with
86?
you're awfully quiet up there.
Math.
You're good with the math.
When you think of that time oh, Grant, we're having trouble with your audio.
Can't hear you, buddy.
Grant, can you hear us? Can you sign back in, Grant? I'm going to kick you off if you can sign back in. Yeah, he's having trouble. He's always having trouble. When you think of New York at that time, what pops to mind? Being on location, shooting in New York City at Christmas time. Judy, does anything? You and Brant in the clown makeup.
Frostbite comes to mind. It was very cold. A lot of hot baths after about 12 hours in the ice cold temperatures. That's what I remember now. We had a lot of fun. Playing in the theater outside was really fun.
The Delacorte Theater, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
How about you guys?
Oh, wow.
Hi, Judy. Hi.
Hey, Krista. Well, we did a lot of location stuff, as Judy just said, and I remember being so friggin' cold, and we were shooting all around New York City, which was so fun. And Krista and I had one of my favorite scenes I think I've ever had in the show, which was the carriage ride through Central Park.
I knew you were.
And do you remember what the song was too, Krista? Do you remember the song?
Oh yeah, an Al Jarreau song. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. If I was a man.
Yeah, if I was a man. Yeah.
Any ordinary man. Do you remember that? It was an Al Jarreau song.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It was a really pretty song. And then I remember I remember running down the streets, and of course my character always wore, skirts and dresses, and I didn't realize that my white long johns that I had on underneath my skirt were showing. And they said, "Oh, dates are good. We're moving on."
Judy, do you remember the prom?
Oh,
the
my
prom
gosh.
stuff that we had
That
back in
was
the day.
so fun. Yeah.
I was just thinking that it's the first time in my life I ever had a prom date and lost my prom date within 15 minutes of going to the prom. to that guy.
Sorry about that.
We have Grant back.
Can you hear me now?
We're talking about the prom and how you stole my girl at the prom. Do you have anything to say about that?
You know what? I can't quite hear. What? I'm sorry.
No,
Can you hear me okay
Michael,
now?
Grant. Yeah, we can hear you, Grant.
Okay. Mikey, this has been a very, very sad thing for you for a very long time, and I think you need to get some help.
I'm not holding any resentment about it. It's funny how you are so McIlvanian about it, because you were going after my women the whole time for 25 years. You were stealing my women.
That's not the way I remember it.
Oh, please. Yeah.
And I remember Krista's first scene, I think, was she was in the hospital with Judy in the bed, because Beth was in the hospital from Bradley, and I don't remember why Mindy was in the hospital at that time.
Maybe a miscarriage.
No, I think it was an ankle. You hurt your ankle.
Oh, okay. It was before the miscarriage. Yeah.
Wow, good memories. Grant, I was asking, what do you remember about being
Probably
on
from that
location?
title shot that they used on Krista in the opening. Remember that thing where she reached her leg up around the back of her head?
And,
It used to hurt me every time I saw the opening.
Well, then that's what got me Captain Kangaroo, an episode on Captain Kangaroo. They needed somebody to do acrobatics. They needed the cheerleader in a little skit. So, yeah.
Hey, we had a lot
crazy.
of fun. We had a lot of fun. We were very, very lucky to be, at the right place at the right time. The writers wrote us a great story. We all had so much fun playing it, and you couldn't have asked for a better start in the business than we all got.
Yeah,
that's so true.
And you can tell, because when just promoting this, the Four Musketeers just hits an emotional heartstring. in fans from Springfield. And I think probably because a lot of it relates to this time of year. You know, it really does. I mean, let's talk about Nick. I mean, you know, that character, you know, was was magical. Yeah, somebody, I'm glad you, because Jill told me his name earlier, but a fan asked if it had always been the same Nick. And it had always. I feel like they brought him back many years later, and it was somebody else. But during
Rex was this wonderful. He was this wonderful old theater actor that, as was often the case on Guiding Light, Betty Ray would find these wonderful people from the theater world, and Rex came in and he was sort of like the North Star of that whole New York remote. You know, I know, I think Judy feels the same way. We had so much fun working with him, and I personally learned an awful lot from him. He was just this wonderful old character actor that, you know, it's like he was the guy that you knew, but you didn't know his name because you'd seen him in a million things. And he was one of those guys that he was incapable of being bad or inauthentic in a scene. You always felt like when you were working with him, there was this big net underneath of you. It was a lot of fun.
It just awesome. Yeah, it was just definitely a special time. You know, the Four Musketeers would not be complete without our other Beth Chamberlain. I want to bring out Beth Chamberlain as well. I mean, it would not be the same.
There she is.
I'm taking care of business at the same time.
Sorry. Judy and Beth, have you ever met in person? Judy and Beth, have you ever met?
A couple of times.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I mean, really, I mean, the Four Musketeers was such an important part, and it would not be the same without the mother of those two ladies, Miss Tina Sloan.
Yay. All we need, I just wish Bradley was still alive. That's really what we need.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a man he was. Right?
He was.
Give me a beer, Lillian. Shut up.
The irony that such a wonderful, warm person
was like, such an evil man.
Evil man, because he was such a wonderful man, and he played those terrible roles wonderfully.
Jim could not have been further from Bradley.
Absolutely.
He was diametrically opposed.
It's so funny. He and Larry Gates going on in the makeup room, topping each other, were hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I remember
what's it like having these two ladies as your daughter?
Oh, I couldn't ask for anything better, could I? That's why I only had a son, because I had my two daughters.
Well, Tina wasn't really old enough, you know, to have these two women as her daughters. You know, I mean, it was one of those illusions of the theater.
And Mikey, I mean, you had all, you know, you loved Beth, you loved Mindy.
Yes.
Yes.
And they left me for about 12 minutes, and then they went to the guy, and they went to the guy in the middle of the square there.
So bitter.
Yeah. You know, it was the best time in my life. Those that period of time, and I don't know how long it lasts, but working with everybody that's right here right now was we laughed every day. We had a good time. We worked our butts off. Those were the days where we worked 18 hours a day, and it was just normal. It was just the normal.
But I think laughing came from you and Grant, to be honest with you. You made everyone laugh.
I was up to no good. I had a good time. I was mischievous. And I got myself in trouble a lot of times.
I mean, I know Grant's got plenty of stories, but Krista and Judy, any Michael stories from back then?
Oh, wow.
He's a great impersonator.
Absolutely. And Mikey always made me laugh. And I think that producers and directors knew that, you know, so.
Well, Krista, he did
what did you say to her?
He did your daddy earlier.
Yeah.
He did Jordan earlier.
Did you do the Billy?
Oh, he did Billy. You missed it. You were asleep. I did Billy.
And somebody asked for Mary Kay Adams. He did India, of course, as well.
And it's just something to lose it on the. I mean, I could do
Joe Cola. Do Joe Cola.
You could do, yeah, but nobody knows Joe.
It just loses something on this.
Yeah, you're
thing.
right.
I just can't do the whole thing. I could do.
Although I have to say, one of the hair girls, I think it was Alba. Alba, she would do my hair and she just would tease it. I mean, like went for a hairspray, and I looked like a helmet head. I had like such a lion's mane. And I remember one time I went on set looking for a mirror because I was just so, and I found this hutch. And in the window of the hutch, I could see my reflection. So I'm pushing my hair down, and across the studio, I mean, like yards and yards, I hear this, don't touch it.
And remember, Alba had that voice that was like gravel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tina's husband.
It's Steve.
It's Steve. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Steve.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
No, neither one of you age at all. It's a little scary.
Shooting Karla's age every day.
Botox.
Well,
Botox, filler.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Feeding America. Everybody, keep donating. Everybody, tonight, thank you for joining us tonight for our Guiding Light holiday celebration and helping to put food on the plates of those who desperately need it. Please continue to donate whatever you can. I hope you've enjoyed this evening as much as I think all of us have. Once again, here is Jerry verDorn.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Don't go anywhere.
It's Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
There it is.
Hi. Oh, look at everything.
Jerry, the floor is yours.
Oh, I like that, Jerry.
Like that. All right.
Thank you.
Once upon a time, there would be a session where actors would say, "You're going to have to cut this scene because I look directly into camera, and we can't have that." But there was a time and another time where we completely obliterated the fourth wall and actually said thank you to the people who watched the show. And I remember talking to an executive producer whose name I cannot remember and said, wouldn't it be nice if we enclosed a thank you card inside a Christmas card? And we did it by looking directly into the camera and directly into the eyes of the people who watched us all the time. And I used to say from 1986 to about 2006, the following words. For all of us in Guiding Light, one of the pleasures of the holiday season is that we get to take a moment to thank all of you for spending the past year with us. And at this magical time of year, we wish you all the joys of the season. And may you be lucky enough to see those joys reflected in the eyes of each other. And so, once again, from all of us at Guiding Light, from our family to yours, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jerry. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful, Jerry. Stay here, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, you can donate right here on YouTube and feedingamerica.com/coronavirus. Happy holidays.